Welcome to the Pixel Kitchen Podcast, where we talk about anything on our minds over breakfast, lunch, dinner. Honestly, any time we feel like eating. I'm your host, Mac. With me are my co hosts, Jared,
Hello.
Sean,
Hello.
and Tom.
Hi.
And today, I guess, I don't know, what do you guys want to talk about?
The meaning of life. Or
43?
I think it's that.
okay, next subject.
I mean, we could jump right into the rights anti AFK stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
I haven't fully read up on this one. I've heard a few things about it. Has anyone else read anything?
I just found out about it fucking.
Yeah, when I said it. I know you don't.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about it, but my questions is going to be how do they balance it? Is somebody truly AFK and just parked in there trying to get credit for somebody else's work?
Hmm.
Or are they having connection issues? That's been with all these, like with Bungie. That's been my worry about these different systems because sometimes it's the servers on, the host side, not the. It's not the fault of the people playing the game.
Hmm.
No, it's usually the internet with various issues. I would imagine that they have enough analytics and would be able to see individuals' server connection and their packet loss and whatnot, and would be able to determine if they're just literally shitting the bed or they're actually being that piece of shit.
Yeah, I know there's various technologies that you can use that can tell if somebody's in a different window.
Yeah.
But then that asks,
Oh yeah, you
that
can see
begs
if they're
the
tabbed
question
out
of,
or whatnot.
yeah, and that begs questions about privacy issues. Like if you're downloading something that's going to tell them if if you're active windowing the game, or if
Mm.
you're active windowing something else, is it going to collect data on that something else?
Yeah, and honestly, that's really a problem. Is you really don't have any expectation of privacy as soon as you look at any EULA, because it's all in legal jargon that you're not going to understand anyway, and nobody reads those things except the people that want to expose anything on them. So it's literally cool. I just probably did something that's not like they legally can't do, but they're going to have a contract that I agreed to, so then they can abuse it. Like
So
if I
how
remember
big?
right,
Since I don't play League of Legends because I suck really bad at it,
Hmm.
how big of an issue is AFK?
uh, depending on the game mode, especially like in a normal game, it is what it is. It does suck, but it's not like if you play for rank and whatnot, it's not going to hurt you.
Hmm.
In a ranked game,
It's the worst fucking thing.
it's literally like just not having a teammate, or worse, you have someone that's being ass, and so
Yeah.
you have another opponent essentially. Really.
Huh. Okay.
Ah.
Yeah, I was reading this article and it says that they're gonna make it so if you do have an AFK or an inter, they'll be punished and queue for the next match, and you also lose less LP.
You shouldn't honestly lose. Like they should lose more LP for doing that. Like if they're genuinely AFK or whatever, like they should like seriously lose LP because that really shows their rank. Like uh Challenger don't AFK in games unless they're the fucking asshole challengers that are well known for that.
Hmm.
Being assholes.
Yeah, just a genuine I'm behind my keyboard so I'm safe, but would never spout off in public people. You know them?
Oh yeah, a bunch of them.
Keyboard warriors. They try to throw a Corsair keyboard on the floor, they'd probably break their foot.
So tell me, how big of a loss is that, Jared,
What?
or anybody? What Jared was saying. Because again, I don't play League, and I assume that not all of our viewers will necessarily play League, but if they're losing LP and
Yeah, it's essentially your it's points for your rank.
Yeah.
X amount of LP
It could
means
be anywhere
X amount of
between and
rank
losing
and whatnot.
if you're on a win streak, it could be anywhere between 1 to like 15.
I've seen people lose like
If you're on
23
a
points
loss
and whatnot on
streak,
streams and whatnot. It's
yeah.
like ridiculous.
If you're on a loss streak, though, you could lose anywhere between 1 to, I think, 30.
Oh wow.
It kind of just
Yeah, you
depends
get
on what the
punished
game.
really bad if you go on a loss streak.
Yeah, it really depends on what the game sees it as.
Because I would think that getting in Q jail would really suck, right?
Who's
Yeah.
Q?
Because you guys already wait a decent amount of time for queues, don't you?
Oh, it's even worse the higher up you go.
Yeah.
There are people that are challenger that wait. What did that one guy wait like literally 12 hours and got nothing? It was like Shifter or Cutie.
Boy waited 500 hours and then
That's what it was. It was Voyboy fucking
or something like that.
his
yeah.
queue was ridiculous and it wasn't broken.
Oh no, his
So-
was broken.
Oh, was his broken?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a different one. Somebody had a ridiculous amount of hours in queue and it was not broken. It was like 20 hours or something. They literally their whole stream they sat in queue.
Hmm.
Which I don't understand because there's always challengers playing. Like that's why they're a challenger. They have
The
to
way the
play-
game works,
They have to
it
play X
decides-
amount of time each week, right? Or they'll decay.
I don't know if it's week. I think it's month. But the thing is, with
Theirs is
Challenger,
the
there's only
highest.
there's only X amount of players, and so every day it refreshes who's on that list of 500
That's
players.
right. Challenger is what the top 200.
I don't
Right.
know if it's 200 or 500.
I know it's a very small amount, so like you literally have to be very competitive to stay,
Yeah, and maintain it.
which does help curate the top players because if someone's better than you, they are going to rise above you. Barring,
Well, With League, it also comes
people-
down to
people AFKing
champion
in your
strength as well.
game, champion strength, whether Riot is hating on the champion or you literally screwed up one thing and that was the straw that broke the camel's back and just tipped the game in the enemy's favor. A lot of variables, but especially with League.
Yeah, and I'm just going back to the LP thing, just based
Mhm.
upon what I was saying. It seems really, the LP thing seems really extreme. I think if I was right, I would save that for repeat offenders that are constantly doing it, and haven't opened a ticket about connection issues or something like that, because it seems really punitive for something that may be on the fault of Riot's servers.
Oh, and that's a known issue, which is why they moved their servers to the dumbest spot, Chicago. You want to do all of the United States or North America, you go to Texas, where all the good data centers are and all the good shit is. Not from California to Chicago.
yeah,
That
it's
was a
fucking right
horrible
next to me,
idea.
and it didn't really help me that much.
Horrible idea. I guarantee you, if it went into DFW, you would everyone would have a better connection.
My ping's low.
I-
My connection's
ha-
shit.
I have a friend who actually works on all that shit, so I know what it actually is. That's DFW is the that's the data center epicenter really. There's a fuck ton of them there, and they're all really high end.
Okay.
But
Fascinating.
I have no idea what's going on in Chicago. Being that I've never really heard anything, I'm guessing it's not all that bumping. I never heard anything from him about it.
About what?
It's
Yeah.
another hub. Well, it's like that. Southern California is known for some data centers because of all the game companies that are down there. But like literally the main pipeline that you go from west to east or east to west goes through Dallas and all their data centers.
Mhm.
They just, I don't know why it was in Texas, but that's where it happened.
Huh.
So that's
Hmm.
where it is. I've also found that if that's what you want to do, that's where you go. That's where the job is.
Hmm.
Hey, I leveled up.
Anyone else?
Where it is. So
No,
real quick for everybody who plays Destiny, if you don't have it, the little really tiny fucking, what's the thing called, Mac? The bike, the Sparrow. Why do they call it a fucking Sparrow?
micro.
Yeah, the Micro Mini is on sale. It's 2,500 Bright Dust. I recommend getting it just because it looks hilarious if you are especially a Titan crammed onto that tiny thing.
It's pretty hilarious.
Like if you've seen Mac ride around on that thing, I still giggle every time I see it. So I want that fucking thing. How much is Beyond Light?
$40.
If I buy it now, what do I get? It's fucking 70 for the deluxe edition.
Hey,
What does that come with?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
I will.
What
I
does
will.
that come with?
I will also point out that right now in the store is something called Power Up. It's an emote, and if you preview it, you'll die laughing when you realize what it is.
Okay, now I have to see this right now. So,
Go to the
see it.
store.
I will in just a second. I have the store open, but I have the Steam overlay on. So you get the deluxe edition, access to season 12 through 15. Oh wow, you get 4 seasons out of that. Nice. No, 12, 13. Yeah, 4. I can count. The No Time to Exam exotic pulse rifle, ornament catalyst, and any other Sky Exotic Sparrow. Oh, and the any other is what that is. Okay. Deluxe owners also receive instant access to new exotic freeze tag emote. Funny. Some cool shit. Cool cutscene. Bungie, why can't Destiny look like these two cutscenes that you got going on here? Is that what Destiny 3 is gonna look like? Next gen graphics. A radar and map system that surpasses Halo's, perhaps. Not totally talking shit there.
It won't ever surpass Halo's.
I mean, then just copy and paste it, damn it.
Something better.
Is
yeah,
it
would
really
be
that
great.
hard to have a fucking arrow pointing up or down and tell me that the person's hiding in the fucking corner of the ceiling or what they're doing?
God damn it, Tom. Weren't
What is this
fucking
e-
supposed to talk about Destiny
What is
at the
this emo
fucking
about?
beginning.
Where's the emote?
You fuck.
What's the emote? I don't remember what it's called now.
Power
Power
Rising.
up.
It's set power up, not okay,
Or
where is it?
Power Rising, or
The fuck is it?
I don't have it open, so I can't
It's
tell you
fucking
where it
Super
is.
Saiyan.
Paperwork, s'mores, hip bump. That's the wrong one. Featured.
No, it's in the
No.
current season. Current season.
It's one you actually have to buy with real money. Or the silver coins.
Oh, okay, so it's not featured to be an event.
If I'm not mistaken. It's not
Yeah.
Bright Dust.
Power Rising, there it is. Preview. Oh, dude, I would buy that. It's going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
I'd totally
Yep.
buy that. Power Rising, they literally just could have put Hya on there, like with a shitload of A's and whatnot, and people would have figured it out.
It doesn't go here. Just
I don't, dude, I have not watched that in a fucking minute, so
missing out.
yeah.
Well,
I can
okay.
actually still remember the house and the layout and what furniture was in the room that we watched Dragon Ball Z in.
Nice. Okay,
really
on
weird.
to another short
Really
one.
weird.
That was actually shorter than I thought it would be, but wasn't
Don't worry,
really
there'll
much
be
in that article.
mini tangents brought to you by me. So
Yeah,
it's $8 for the Micro
God damn it.
Mini.
Halo's partnering with Monster again.
Bum, 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 bum.
Can they make Monster stronger so I don't want to drink Red Bull?
No.
I liked it better when it first came out. You drank like one can and your heart was just like for 30 minutes and you had to kind of like ride that out before you actually use the energy.
Now you might ask
Okay.
yourself, but they just
But wait.
announced Halo is being delayed.
Yeah.
Not,
So it's
not a bad thing.
Why
though.
is this still going through then?
More
Because you
time
can
to work on the game.
stockpile.
Mhm.
You can stockpile double XP. It starts
Yeah, but
September 1st and goes to the 31st December.
And at
really
least
not.
what the fuck? At least Microsoft isn't one of those companies that's known to like fuck with the XP, like Call of Duty did.
Hmm.
So you're gonna have all these codes, and you'll actually get like double or whatever they do.
Huh.
No, I think you'll just get double. Like if
Did
it
you know that?
if it says
No,
two
but
times,
they
you'll
have
just
like a
get two
double
times.
experience weekend. Like
Yeah, I
honestly,
think
that's
you
what I
might
would
do
do. I
that.
wouldn't use. Some people, as are obviously going to use it. I would actually save it for
Oh
when
no,
they
I
do
think you have to
double
use it
XP weekends, so you can
before the time
compound it.
frame comes up.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh,
if
so you
there's
just like
anything
you add it in and it adds up time or whatever.
I think so. What are you saying,
Cool.
Jed?
like Call of Duty has, their system is you have to level up to unlock guns, and so if that's the same way Halo does stuff, like you have to level up to unlock PvP perks or something, then I see that definitely as a pay to win right there.
It is very pay to win, but they will
We don't know
schlep it
how it's
off
going
as
to be
like
yet.
franchising or you know brand whatever fucking jargon they use.
Mm.
I use it as they want money. Is Halo a good game? Did they do a good job? They probably deserve the money.
You'll be able to
Maybe.
get the cans in the 16-ounce original low carb and zero sugar. With a 24-ounce, that's too much. In the
Nah,
original
that's
low
not
carb,
enough. I need 2 of those.
or the limited edition 4 packs, or the 10 packs of the green and low carb, or the fucking 24 pack. Tom, there you go.
What about the
No,
mocha
I
flavor?
I literally just need 2 of the big cans. I'd buy a 24 pack. And
You won't be able to get the Halo Infinite one
rip.
in those.
That's the best one.
I've only had the original.
What monster?
Yeah.
The green one.
I
The
don't
blue
drink
one
energy
tastes.
drinks.
The blue one tastes a little funny. The white one tastes like grapefruit. It's actually pretty good. Tastes like squirt with a lot less sugar.
You can also get exclusive Snapchat filter on each can.
I'll do that. And just spam the shit out of the Snapchat filter in the stories until.
Unlock XP, save the receipts, and go to monster-halo.com to redeem before the game arrives. Each Monster Energy receipt uploaded will also be entered to win ultimate grand prizes. 10 entrants will win a trip for 2 to experience game-like magic of zero gravity in Paris, France, with all-inclusive flights and hotel stay, plus $1,000 cash. 200 winners will receive the brand new Xbox Series X console coming out
Hell
later
yeah.
this year.
Can I get all of them?
No,
Can you win multiple things?
I don't know. Doesn't say.
Will we be able to modify our Xbox X consoles and take them out of the little refrigerator they're in and put them in a better looking PC case?
No.
Yeah, the refrigerator is just fancy.
Ideas.
maybe.
I gave ideas, you know.
If you look at the interior design of the Xbox that they've previewed, the case is just fence.
Yeah.
What is it? Xbox Series X?
Yes. And there's also the S that I was brought in.
Yeah, I don't get it's a tangent onto the S yet.
Don't talk about the S yet.
Yeah, or
I mean,
unless
other than
you
the
want
fact
to.
that they always release
Okay.
an S, like
Not
there's
always.
always a second. When do they not?
They've only recently just started with the S, Tom.
Oh,
Because
just
it was
got
the
fucking
original
harder.
Xbox One, and
Mhm.
then they brought out the S in the digital edition of the S, and then the X. But with the
Yeah, why even
360,
bother?
I mean, they always bring a second rendition out that fixes something that they knew
yeah,
was
they
gonna
do.
be a
They do it
problem.
later.
Like they know
They
like
don't
this
do
is
it
gonna fuck up, so
immediately.
we're gonna
They do it
sell
later.
a bunch of them and then be like, oops, and then we're gonna sell another console.
Okay,
Which
so
is
Are we doing that? Are we
why?
doing the S tangent now?
no.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's all we're
but,
bringing. That's all
Damn
we're
it.
bringing up.
Well, I was just gonna say,
Okay.
because we're on it, and I don't want to lose my train of thought.
Okay.
If you're gonna make a digital console, and then you feel the need to make one that has a drive, why not just make the digital console and then an external drive, and just be done with it? And then that way,
because
all you're
that-
doing is producing one console, and then you're producing some peripherals for people that want it, and
Exactly,
not spending it.
a majority of people, like for example myself, I don't have a CD drive in my computer anymore because we don't buy games with discs. There are those who prefer to do that, and
I
then
do.
they have that option to get
Not
the,
for
the
PC.
drive. I mean, obviously they should make the single console, have the external drive, and sell both the console and then the console with that extra with the drive bundles. But yeah, that
Yeah.
makes more sense. You have one system that you hopefully don't have to release a second version of because you screwed up on the first one.
Yeah.
There's always shit they can fix about the first revision of it years later when shit just gets better.
Yeah, but I'm also of the you knew it was going to be a problem and didn't solve it then. So like, why?
But
I mean, there's
uh,
not
we,
always a situation of you knew it was going to be a problem. There's, oh, this is better now. We can fix something that was wrong in this one that we couldn't have then.
so uh, what's the drive to buy a console anymore? I mean, this console's not going to be cheap, and you can put together a
You can
decent.
put a better computer like
For the
this.
Xbox, there really isn't a drive because it's not exclusive anymore. The only
Yeah,
drive was the exclusivity, which is what fucking Sony has for the goddamn PS5 still.
I'm gonna say it
For now,
again.
somebody will crack that software and make an emulator for it on PC.
I think we're a couple generations away from not having
Oh, yeah.
consoles.
I
We've
mean, but
had
that's
we've
just a
had this
choice for console
conversation
players.
before in the first fucking podcast. It's gonna
Yeah, but
move to cloud gaming once internet gets better and the software just gets up to that point.
right, but and the I guess the real point is that everybody's catching up to us, right? And
Yep.
deciding, oh, maybe these guys knew what they were talking about. With just looking at how hard they pushed Project X Cloud and the fact that it's going to be rolling out, and yeah,
Well, if I remember right, there's also another system rolling out that the only problem is having data centers close enough to be able to host the their cloud PCs that you essentially VNC into, and you'll have like a less than 1 millisecond response time if the data center's in your state, and you essentially remote into a souped up gaming computer from your normal like computer that you would check your email from and whatnot, because it's literally just displaying a video. It's not actually doing any of the hard work.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
old roommate of mine had it, but he used an address in California because they aren't set up in Colorado yet, and he had about a 3 to 5 second delay, which isn't bad, but in games that require precision, that's detrimental. So like
Does.
shooters are unplayable, but MOBAs are okay. Single players, I would obviously be fine.
But
So
maybe we should let Mac segue into it, being that we've already,
oh, just talk about the Xbox Series S now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
we
not?
could do that. Fuck it. We've been talking about it.
Yeah, why
I
not?
don't know about the first one, other than that it was called a refrigerator. Like one was a refrigerator and the other was what they call the PlayStation.
It's a fucking modem.
Yeah, it looks like a modem. And apparently, it looks like people are thinking that you can take the plastic wings off of it and put different colored wings
There's
on it.
no way in
eventually.
hell.
Hey, so
Sony will not let you modify.
I'll get a Dremel out and modify that shit. Fucking.
Why are they so big? Just
These
put 'em in a-
companies need to like, if you're gonna make something like larger than it needs to be, then be smart about it and like take examples since they're computers now. Put room
They've
in there so
always
there's
been a
actually
computer.
like decent airflow. Oh yeah, they've always been a computer.
It's specifically
like-
designed to do this one thing and not
Yeah.
everything a computer can do.
It's fixed. It does everything a computer can do, but you don't have access to all of that.
Yeah.
Being that it's not what it's designed for. But for example, the first Xbox, the reason
Yeah.
the red ring happened is because
Oh,
you
it
know
was
those
too
two
hot.
fans. Yeah, well,
It was
first
way
of
too
all,
hot and melted itself.
the heat sinks were horrendous, so it got
Mhm.
so hot that it actually would unsolder itself. The
Yep.
APU would unsolder itself. It would get that hot. That's
You know the fucking fix that people kept saying?
yeah. The towel
Wrap
trick
it in a
worked.
motherfucking towel and throw it in an oven.
Yeah, because you need to reseat the solder, and that's actually what repair companies would do. Is they would,
Yep.
I mean, they do the more technical way, but
Yeah.
they essentially throw it in the oven. You know those two fans that sit back there?
Mhm.
Those are 12-volt fans that Microsoft hardware level limited to 5 volts because of how they ran the channels on the
That's not good.
motherboard. No, and it's like, and I brought that up, and my uncle was like, "Well, an engineer designed that." And I'm like, "Well, he's an idiot because running something at less than half of its capacity that needs to cool something that's hotter than fuck, like it's like the same thing with the people that manufacture cars and like do not have any concept of an oil change or having to access certain things on a car. You know, Toyota, your trail rated skid plates need to be a little easier to take off. Mercedes, just like kiss my ass with those plastic drain plugs.
Okay,
That
back
same,
back on the Xbox.
yeah. My tangents, but they make sense.
Damn it, Tom.
You knew what
What
you
do
were
you
getting
think,
into.
Jared?
What?
What do you think about the Xbox, the new one?
I sent a link in chat so you guys can see what it looks like outside of the shell. The guy was able to get hands on like one of the prototypes, so you can see that you can take it out of the refrigerator if you want.
Watch out.
Oh, that's a part of it.
links.
It's not. It's like extra.
It's its case.
Okay. I am
Oh, yeah, I see. I
foreseeing
watched
that if there's like any heating issues, that people will make one of those a modified case like that can better cool.
Well, it's got
But I
vents at the top and I'm pretty sure the bottom as well. But
when I was
and
just
right
gonna
there,
say I
it's
would
the
hope
fan.
by now that Microsoft has.
Yeah, they've designed, like, I remember watching the video. They've designed it with a brain.
Hey, where
I
is
mean,
it, Jared?
And
Like,
Cooler
links.
Master,
Oh, in links. Okay.
if Cooler Master can make one of the greatest air cooling heat sinks and sell it for $30, I think
212.
Microsoft and their $1 billion would be able to figure out a decent. What the fuck? That ritual's done.
God damn it, Tom.
They'd be able to figure out, cooling by then.
Yeah.
I actually saw people put two 212s, like they would modify their Xbox to where they would put a 212 on the GPU and a 212 on the CPU.
Not a bad option.
Oh, it worked. It kept the thing really cold. It's funny.
From what everyone's thinking, the S is probably going to be half the size of the X.
In which way?
Okay.
Cut
So
it in half, basically.
does the S stand for
Like a
a
small
slim
cube.
or for something else?
Small.
Small?
I don't fucking know, Tom.
Well, cause you remember when the PlayStation 2 released and then they released the Slim, which literally just had the power adapter outside of it?
Yeah.
And honestly, like that thing terrified me. It was like the size of a DVD case. You could like,
I like the fat one more.
yeah, like give me something that actually looks like a thing, not a DVD case that I can, accidentally break or something.
It's not a definite the S is going to come out. But with speculations and what they did with the Xbox One and everything, it'll either come out release day, like they'll announce it later down the road at some point soon, along with the X, or it'll come out next year.
Yeah.
Who knows? To be
If
entirely
they follow
honest,
their track records, it's usually a year, isn't it?
no, because if I'm not mistaken, the Xbox One S in the digital version didn't come out till a few years ago, and we're just now getting to the end of the lifespan of the Xbox.
If I remember, the One S has been out for at least 4 years.
We'll look it up.
Because it was out for a while when I got it. That's why I got a used one that was like a terabyte or whatever.
They were also like cheaper too.
Oh yeah, they were a lot cheaper. And I got the Halo one or it was like a Battlefield 1.
Yeah,
one,
you got the
so it was
Battlefield
like OD green.
Didn't even get the game with it. 2016.
Hey, now I wasn't missing out. Oh, I just killed myself. I wasn't missing out on anything. Battlefield 1 sucked.
No, but motherfucker, we all said we were getting it, and I bought it.
I have it on PC.
And ain't nobody got it with me.
And it pissed me off even more. They took away hardcore mode and added this weird your bullet does peak damage at X distance and then falls off, and it's like
So yes, it has been out for 4 years now.
4 years. Okay, cool. I was right.
It released in 2016. But the actual that was 3 years after the release of the Xbox One. They
That was
basically
after
just
what countless
they basically
Red
shown
Ring
like
reports.
no, that was a 360.
Come
No,
on, Mac, you're going
Mac!
through a tunnel. Mac, you can't go through a tunnel
no,
right now. We
stream's
told you not to
dropping.
take the convertible.
The stream's dropping, Mac. No. Ah. He's gone.
Bitch.
That's what
No.
top dollar internet is right there.
He's broadcasting.
He pays for that, and
He's
that's the
gone.
service they give him. It's pretty good. Like,
It's frozen. The stream's frozen. It's gone. It's all
Alright.
it's all over.
I'm gonna
It's
reboot
gone.
my computer real quick. I'm having
Okay.
a small issue.
oh, the thing is
so-
beat my gains super energy on melee kills. Fuck yeah, I'll do that.
Holy
Let's go.
shit. After a fucking shit show of my internet, we're back.
Again, like we
Woohoo!
run it.
I don't remember exactly where I was at.
Finishers for
I
melee
think Tom
kills.
said something about the Red Ring, and I said something about that was a 360, and the Xbox One
Yeah,
didn't have the
the-
issue at all.
Correct. It had an issue. I just don't remember what it was. It was like a software issue
I don't remember.
for a minute, and then they updated it and it fixed it.
But no,
But-
the point we got to was what they basically did with the S compared to the One is it's better and it's
Mhm.
smaller.
Yeah, that's really what it always was. It was always an improvement
Yes.
and something smaller.
The fucking power brick wasn't outside of it anymore; it was inside of it.
Yeah, they had crammed everything in there better.
Yeah.
My only thing is that if you can come up with this now, how long did you spend on that, and where are the people that, like, I get, they gotta wait for new technology and whatnot,
Mhm.
but it never really came across as it was like there was something groundbreaking. And they're like, oh hey, we can redo this. It's just like you wanted a product out, and so that's what you put out. But that, like,
2 different generations of Xbox.
I just have a really like high standard that I hold myself to, as well as really anything else I go up against. So
There's not really much more we can say about that. Series
I can
S.
be a real pain in the ass, but
Well, because we don't know exactly. We're all
Yeah.
assuming.
We're assuming it's going to come out. We're assuming that it's a thing
Yeah.
because they released it with the Xbox One. But they
And
did that
does
for
anybody
mistake.
really need any graphics better than 4K? I don't even know that many devices that people own so
So,
far that are really running
um,
4K.
if I remember
I can
right,
barely do it now.
getting to 4K actually helps because you no longer need anti-aliasing. Because of the edges of the textures are high enough in pixel that the graphics cards don't actually have to work on smoothing them. So
Huh.
it takes it's what really shits on your card is 4K shaders.
Yeah.
Like any shadows, anything like that, that's what really does you in, because of the depths of shadows, and then obviously ray tracing and stuff is
Yeah, that's why ray tracing was a
whole
fucking bitch and a half.
another thing. Well, and I don't think that NVIDIA really should have the right to say Turing cores. That was kind of a British thing. Turing was a father of the computer, and
I think they just named it something, Tom.
no, like it's named after Turing. What's his name? Robert Turing.
I don't know.
That's he cracked the fucking
German code.
yeah. What was it called? The
If you didn't ask me, I would have had it. It was the cipher, the something cipher. What was
Enigma.
it? Yeah, the Enigma cipher.
Literally one of the greatest ciphers ever made, and was cracked by chance.
Alan
because
Turing. Alan
Turing, which was cracked simply because of the Nazis' foolishness. Really?
Now to segue to the next one,
Yeah.
the 3090.
The 3090, the freaking monster that, if that's how strong that thing is, like what is the what's the big boy of that gonna be? Fuck off. Thank you. Okay.
The
Sorry, I had a-
3090 is basically going to be the TI version, if I'm not mistaken. Or they're going to do what they. Nope, it's still going to be a single GPU. Never mind. Because with how they used to do the 90 series, it was
Yeah, the 90 used to
two
be a dual chip
dies.
on one card.
Yeah, it was 2 dies on a single card.
And I never liked that because it was always, hey, guess what? This thing gets 3 times as hot. Good luck.
And it might not work.
Yeah, it was like, oh, it didn't turn on. Okay, that's a bad one. Yeah, no, you
Oh, no,
gotta
I'm
mail
just
it back
talking
to us,
about
and then
the
we'll mail you
fucking
a new one.
SLI not working.
Oh, I always loved how SLI didn't work on the card that literally had the 2
So-
fucking chips linked.
This
You know what I mean?
monster's going to have 24 gigabytes of RAM.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're speculating.
What the?
I don't think it's going to have
flippin' hell?
24.
I mean, it very well could. One of the
Yeah, it could. I
Titans
think
had
it's going to
12 on it
have.
already. So
I think it's going to have anywhere between 12 to 24. It's not going to go under 12.
Okay, so let's.
and there will obviously be a version that's fucking like beef to the nines and whatnot, especially with
Yeah.
third-party cards.
Let's cut to the chase. Why do we need this frickin' thing?
Because Nvidia made it, and then they're going to design some game or help on some game that literally will not run without it. For example, you have to have a 2080 Ti to get ray tracing on Battlefield to be any decent.
It's getting better.
Well, I'm sure they did it on purpose so that AMD had no way of, like, they made the algorithm for doing that calculation really complicated so that AMD wouldn't be able to catch up with it. You know, we
Mhm.
know they're all known to do that.
Yeah.
Because what is it I say? If you can't be better on a level playing field, then it's because you're not that good.
I think it is.
I, we're just getting to the point where these graphics and we're up. My fear is that we're always upping ourselves, and what?
It needs to be the right motivation.
Well, I'm trying to figure out at what point do we accept the video games for what they are and the entertainment value they are instead of trying to make them into something they're not. So I think where people are wanting to go is to play movies, right?
And see,
think
that's not what I want, personally.
about
You're going to have two aspects. You're going to have what
Yeah.
Sean's going, and you're going to have what a lot of people just want. You're going to
Well,
have
and
the
I
movie
think-
aspect, and you're going to have the actual game aspect.
I think there's a lot of games that have already captured that, though. Some of the Assassin's Creed games actually are really good when you can play them on their full graphics. They honestly look like it's a first-person or third-person comic. Like, it has that animation to it, but it still feels organic.
And there's also a story
Yeah.
there.
Yes. The story is really what drives everything. So.
And I think that's important is that we play video games to transport us away from everyday things that are happening to take us to someplace so for at least for a little while we can forget about the misery or the whole humdrum and have something to enjoy, something to enjoy with other people, a sense of community. And because I feel the consumer market's being unreasonable. They're saying we want better graphics, but how dare you charge more for equipment or the video games production itself?
Yeah.
Well, and I
Right?
think therein lies one of the problems. It's that the consumer's not right. Like the aspect that the customer's always right is stupid. 99% of the time, the customer doesn't know a fucking thing because that's why they're coming to said business. That's their profession. They know about that stuff. They're not there to be right. They're there to be informed. But it's a sense of entitlement, I guess, and this fallacy that the customer's always right. They know what they want. It's like,
wasn't
yeah, well,
good.
they know what they want, but not what they need.
On to the talking about the prices. It's speculated to be 15 to 2 grand.
Woohoo!
That's it.
I could
1500 to
build
2
two
grand.
PCs for that.
You could build more than
Let's
2.
see. No, for 15 to 2 grand, like if you did 2 grand, you could build a badass all AMD rig that it's not gonna run ray tracing because that's on
Not
NVIDIA's
yet.
end right now. But when AMD comes out with theirs and Vulkan and whatnot, Vulkan's just a better API.
It's better for everything.
It not only is it better for AMD, it's actually better for Nvidia, which is hilarious. Yeah. So if I remember, Mac, weren't you telling me something about Vulkan and ray tracing? Or it might have been my
I don't
uncle,
know.
because I remember it was something that they had figured out a better algorithm for those calculations, and so it allowed like lesser chips to be able to do it that didn't have Turing cores on them.
Yeah, I got no clue.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago, so
It's been,
that's gone.
It's been a minute.
That's gone in my head. Okay,
Yeah.
can somebody tell me why my Destiny just keeps crashing? That was really cool. I was right in the middle of something, and it was just like,
It's Destiny.
It's Destiny. Hey,
am I getting bungoed right now?
Yes.
Bungo jungoed. Hey, so I just want to throw this out. Do
Mhm.
I have to have ray tracing to enjoy a game?
No.
To enjoy a game? No.
Fuck no.
There is an actual playable advantage that I've seen, because
If you still
for
have the
those that
FPS, yes.
for those that have ray tracing and the frames for it, so essentially you're going to be running a 2K display. More than likely that Asus one that has a less than 1 millisecond response time. It's a TNF panel. They're like what, $900 if I remember right? Less, maybe
I don't
$7.
even remember what one you're talking about.
They're my roommate had one. They're the best monitor for shooters.
Hmm.
Because they're still a TNF panel, but they are 2K and they are zero gray to gray and whatnot. Like, they're actually really good. You would need two 2080 Ti's running an SLI, and obviously either fucking overpriced Intel chip or an AMD setup, and have fun with the everything's AMD but your graphics cards are NVIDIA. Little tidbit, that one's fun. It happens and it doesn't. I've had that happen to me.
What are you talking
Basically,
about?
your whole computer just goes like, no, we're not going to work together. So like
Okay.
your SLI will break all the time, or stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But so you have $3,000 just in graphics cards, but you have the ability. You're going to have 144 frames. You're going to be hitting everything you're supposed to. You can see people's shadow before they can see yours, because they don't have ray tracing, and with the ray tracing angles and whatnot, it does give you an advantage.
Okay, in PvP.
For in player versus player, yes.
Okay, so
In
only
single player,
in a few games though.
only a few games right now.
Yep.
But for single player, not really. It's more eye candy. It's just more realism. It's like when Nvidia did God Rays, which still absolutely shit on AMD cards for no reason whatsoever, other than the algorithm for it. That's actually what does it for a lot of graphics cards, is the light rays for sunlight and whatnot. The volumetric lighting is what it's called.
So where I'm going with this in my head is, being that I'm the educator, you'd expect something like this to come out of me. When we talk about online education, we have to look at the technology gap that exists and accessibility gap. And when we're setting the bar so high, we're telling people that live in impoverished areas or that are traditionally suppressed groups that don't have access to this stuff, that
They don't matter.
They don't matter.
Yeah.
And there's such a high entrance level to this. This is why I think cloud-based gaming is so important, because if there's a way to get them equal access that they don't have to spend money they don't have, I mean, where the
Well, there
heck are
totally
they?
is. I think where it would be the best to be set up first is kind of because they're already ready for it. Africa's all mobile, everything. Everything's through cellular networks. Like, our phones don't work over there because they leapfrogged us, and everything is mobile, payments mobile, it's all cellular. They're already set up for that.
Well, yeah.
The cloud-based gaming would be easy. You need the said data center that holds all of that stuff, and then they just need those little I don't even know what they're called. Like not the they're smaller than the toaster that Jared had,
Yeah.
but like those. You just need something small like that to be able to access it.
Right. Exactly. And I think, and that's important because the gaming community is at its best when it's inclusive.
Mhm.
And it includes as many people as possible to play a game. I mean, this is what people are talking about complaining on like Destiny right now, not to get back in there, is that they're trying to trick players and try to force regular players to get into trials because trials is so toxic and
Yep.
because there's not a lot of people playing it. And
No,
if
and so what Mac and I actually discovered is that they're playing Control and just being
oh,
assholes.
Yep.
don't just that's another subject. I'll
Oh,
go in with you.
that is a whole 3-hour talk right there of just
When are you guys gonna play that again? Because I'll join you guys because I've got a really toxic loadout, and I can do
Mac straight tilted out. Like
Oh, no.
he's not playing PvP
Until they
anymore.
fix PvP, I'm done.
He's straight tilted out. Like when I brought up that the whole radar thing, like that was a real thing that he and I talked about for a couple minutes. It's like Halo. Look at Halos. Literally the best one ever made. Destiny 2. A fucking
Trash
turd.
can.
Like you might as well not even have the fucking radar.
We were talking about graphics cards. How do we get the fuck back to Destiny?
Because
Damn
Destiny
it.
tilts everybody. The only reason we come back is because of the gunplay. That's it.
Yeah, so damn good.
That is literally the only reason we come back. Otherwise, we're like literally just like, I hate everything. But like you were saying, video games. I remember reading something that said, you say gamers don't have lives, but we play games to expand our life or live another life. It's to it's therapy, really. You
Yeah,
can doze out, you can just zone out with your friends and relax and let your brain decompress.
yeah. I would say, but like I just dropped something into the link section. Every once in a while, I don't know what the difference is, but look, you can look at my stats in there. There's something bigger going on with the PvP. And what I'm understanding is that the cheater margin is so big. And because, and I don't know why people are cheating so much on these games. I don't know if this is what we've talked about, and this is all ties it in. Is there such a hard push for people to become top tier streamers to get that income that they're
Yeah.
so desperate to get to be able to afford these great PC things that they're paying people to carry them. They're paying people to cheat for them.
And so the thing is this is where the community needs to regulate itself. The whole cheating thing is little dick syndrome. It's like I said, if everyone is on a level playing field and you are truly good, you will rise because you are actually better. If you want to get better at the game, you have to actually try. You can't just cheat. Cheating isn't going to teach you anything. You can suck at shooting and still be good because you can know where to place your gun as you're coming around corners. Those are things that you have to learn. I got hit by a car and was playing like a fucking 3-year-old. I have gotten, I'd say, a third back of what I had. And I will continue to work on that because I want it. And whether or not stats say that my age means my brain won't do it, fuck that.
And I don't, yeah,
It's
and I
just
agree with
extra
you,
work
Tom.
you have to put in.
It's like anything else. It's like working out or trying to be better at anything. Practice, practice, and practice. It's talent you were born with, skill is earned. You have to earn it. You can't just piss and moan and run your mouth and say that you're better.
Right.
Especially if you cheat.
And there's a lot of times I suspect that if we were in a group chat, like game chat, and are hearing other people when we're on teams like that, you would hear the other teams, the other players, except the people that are on top, with stacking 50 kills. But from what I'm hearing, nobody should be stacking 50 kills There should
well,
not be the amount of deaths that are occurring in these
so
matches.
the thing is that is true for the level we play at. I have six friends on my friends list on Steam right now that if I brought into this game, I could bring one of you with me and we can go Iron Banner 8-on-8, and they will absolutely shit on all of these kids and make them look like 4-year-olds. Like, you remember how Jules was jumping around when we were playing ranked
Yeah.
on a he's playing on his cell phone, he's watching Netflix on a tablet, and he's dinking around with a controller on PC, and he is absolutely murdering these kids.
Yeah.
Until it got to the point where we were like, Jules, we need you to get us the lead first, and then you can screw around with them. And he was like, oh, okay, got us the lead, and then started dinking around again, which was hilarious to watch.
Yes, but even so, I think that he would find it really toxic right now.
Oh, he totally would. If we had group chat, I would probably end up cussing out half of the people that I came in contact with because they're going to be that, oh, I'm so much better and all this stuff. It's like, you have very specific items that are overpowered and whatnot. Why don't you put on the same stuff that I have? We'll meet at the same level, and then you can tell me how you're better than me while I beat your ass, because you're not.
And there's so many variables. I can't tell you how many times I'm spawning dead because as I'm spawning, somebody's shot me.
That's my favorite one. It's like, oh, well, you have invincibility when you spawn. Yeah, but your server's lag behind, so I'm there, not invincible anymore, and your server is still trying to connect to me.
Yeah, but
it's not that hard to put in a calculation that says, hey, does the player have control yet? Okay, now start the countdown. Just saying.
But that's what I'm worried about, is that we're going to get to a point where people so want to be successful streamers, so want to be successful partners to get money so they can afford these high-end computers that they have to stay marketable, that we're creating this cycle where
and you really don't, though. It's just more,
it's a mentality,
misinformation. Yeah,
and that's what I worry about in the current market, is that if you sit on Twitter or any social media, all you hear is more, better, more, gotta have it, and it's like,
and
okay.
So what needs to be fed in there is like, okay, what needs to be better, your computer or you? Like, you need 60 FPS to be able to play a shooter. It doesn't have to have the greatest graphics, and honestly, not having shadows and things on is going to help you more.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's eye candy. That's not important.
Nope.
It's
maybe that's what we need. Is we need a PC company called Playable PC, and the whole point is that they're gonna provide you a PC that you can play the games on, but it's not going to be these high flipping, raunchy setups that set you
already
back.
in a YouTube video, actually. Do you remember when that one blog group came out and tried to tell you how to build a PC, and it was like ass backwards completely? Like,
The Verge.
Yeah, when The Verge tried to do it, and it was like, okay, we're going to show you how to build a PC, when they should have said, this is everything you don't want to do when building a PC. But one of the guys that was reacting to it was like, you can build a gaming PC for $250.
Yeah.
60, you get 60 FPS. The game is not going to look like amazing, but you can play it.
Yeah, it'll do what you want it to do. If you want it to look good, get a bigger budget.
Yeah, when you're like, work with your budget. Don't be like, oh, I can't do it because I don't have, $3,000. You don't need $3,000. Work with what you have.
I had a fucking FX 6300 and a 1050 Ti. I was barely hitting fucking 80 frames in CS:GO.
Dude, I'm still on a 2600K.
I was still the best one in here at it. Besides Mel.
I'm still on a 2600K.
Yeah.
Like, but that's because that was like the last good chip that Intel made before they started their fucking
rehashing.
Well, not only rehashing, they're fucking like, hey, we're not going to actually use thermal paste. We're going to use that shitty thermal tape compound stuff on our chips from the Ivy Bridge forward. So that thing's going to be a fucking brick.
And
that
then they
everyone's able to
started
delid.
fucking actually.
People started delidding them and whatnot, and then they were soldering them on, which is like, okay, now you're just gonna make people like unsolder them. You're not gonna stop people from doing this.
Oh no, the
so-
solder is actually better.
Oh, they
It's
actually that
better
got
than
better.
the fucking thermal paste they used.
And my favorite is, oh yeah, we got these i9s out. It's like, no, those are just binned i7s of the last generation that you're trying to get rid of. Like, really? And you're gonna overcharge by like $500-600? That ain't worth at all.
They're trying to fucking match AMD.
And
Yes,
they can't because
yes, you have gaming performance. AMD has you on price and is on your motherfucking heels with that performance. You got nothing.
oh, they've had nothing for a while. It's just really exposing it now. That's the thing.
As soon as fucking AMD put out the 1700 or the 1800X, whichever one you
As
want to
soon as
fucking.
Ryzen came out, they
Yeah.
like first of all, Intel was like, oh wow, you guys figured out the chiplet stuff for the third series, and it's like, well, yeah, because you guys have been lazy sitting on your ass knowing this was coming, and
To release
just being
7700K,
complacent.
hit 5 gigahertz.
Just being complacent. Like, cool. Complacency is going to get you exactly what you put into it.
Absolutely fuck all.
Exactly.
And now they can't they can't get past 14 fucking nanometer.
And what is AMD down to? Like 4 on
7.
some shit. See, there you go.
7 nanometer on the 3600. If
And
I'm not
honestly,
mistaken.
we need to accept the fact that there might come a point where things are going to get a little bit bigger because we can't go that small yet.
Yep.
So, you know, having a chip that, let's say, what do the chips weigh now? A couple ounces. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. The fucking 7 nanometer, 14 nanometer, I don't give a fuck what that number is. Is the performance better than the last one? Does it justify actually paying the fucking price?
well, it should be. That's half the size, which means twice as many transistors packed in.
No, I'm like that number
I don't know
doesn't
what the
mean
power
anything to
ratio
me.
is
Is
for
my
that.
point. It's
No,
just,
yeah,
is this better? Okay.
it's in theory, yes.
If it
but-
just shows like if it shows the performance is better, I don't care what that number is. Just tell me the performance of it. Show me that it's actually better than last generation. Show me that it's actually worth spending the extra because I have a 1700 right here. Do I need to buy a 3700 right now? Fuck no.
Not for anything you're gonna do. And it's actually really weird when your when your PC does have issues with
Yeah.
it because everything you have should not have any fucking issue whatsoever.
The only thing that I think that is my issue is my hard drive because I've had that thing since I had the first computer.
I would definitely try to get at least an SSD if you can get a board with an NVMe on it.
Oh no, I've
You might
got an
wanna go for that.
SSD that is my boot drive, but I have the hard drive for everything else.
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab a 2 terabyte and I'm gonna try to grab an NVMe
There you go.
if I can find them as a decent price.
Why
It's
is
like
everything
150
beeping on
bucks
me?
is what I'm
the
looking at.
fuck?
But
I'm on IO. Come on.
on to a small topic. New Transformer series on Netflix. Anyone watch the video?
No, but it's supposed
I
to be
did.
like more
It's
rough
grittier.
and like gritty, right? Hell
Yes,
yeah.
it's grittier. They're on Cybertron. It looks good.
Honestly, Transformers needs to come to that age considering its like its fan base is older and is going to want grittier things. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there are still kids that like it, so
Mhm.
you can keep making those things for them, but give the people that are actually essentially funding it something good to watch.
There is a
Should be nice.
cool little tidbit about it. Rooster
yeah?
Teeth is the producers of it.
Okay, like that's already a good sign. They like it's going to be a certain way, and they're not going to
They've-
let it.
They've been working on this for a while. Now I don't know if they ever released it before, but I swear this has been around for a while.
They honestly, they probably leaked it somewhere and they
Probably.
were like all nonchalant about it, and we're like, okay, so what's the like? It's a soft release essentially of like, what's the public gonna think of this?
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe. But
It's like when companies leak their own stuff, or there was a leak. It's usually to either gauge or create hype, things like that.
I wonder if gosh, how long ago were they working on this?
the fuck, what's it called? Let me open the video because I don't remember what it's called. It just says WFC. Fuck. When is this release? Because it's been out, like, this whole entire thing has been out for a while. Supposed to talk about it 2 weeks ago, but for the last 2 weeks we haven't been able to fucking do the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
A lot of
working,
shit has happened.
like dead tired and whatnot. I'm also not
Wow.
a regular.
It's War for Cybertron. Yeah, you're not
Ooh.
regular.
It's not for a trilogy.
The War for Cybertron's always fun because people don't remember that the Cybertron's actually a robot too.
Yep, so is Unicron. Nope.
Yes,
Wait, what's the other big one?
Unicron.
It is? Okay.
it's Unicron. Yeah, that's the Planet Devourer.
Yeah, the fucking big ass yellow one.
I
had
don't.
that as a
What,
toy.
what is Cybertron's
I had 'em both as a
at name
toy.
when it turns into a robot? I don't remember.
Okay, I found it.
Cybertronius? I don't know.
It's like Prime something. Like it's like the Prime.
Cybertron Primus.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. I got the link. I'm gonna put in the links. So it wasn't War for Cybertron, but they did do a series before this, and you can watch it on YouTube. I'm putting it in the links section for you guys to check out. But it was the they called it the Prime War trilogy. So they had the Combiner Wars. They had a bunch
Oh,
of different.
yeah, that fucking thing.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
I forgot about
So-
that.
And look at the logo down in the corner as soon as you start it. I mean, this is the same group. So people that are waiting to watch this can check out this
Cute.
set of series and
Yeah.
realize what quality it's going to be, and it's actually really good. I mean, when they were putting this together, everybody was super.
What the fucking
excited.
Machinima logo?
Yeah,
I'm just excited.
Oh,
that
that's
it's
right.
Gonna
It's
be
2017. They were still there.
it's gonna be a grittier, like it's not.
It's not
It's gonna
the
be.
kid
It's
shows.
gonna be an actual
that we
Transformers
used to
war
watch.
movie. Like we're gonna like, yeah.
It's not
It's
the
not.
kid shows.
It's not
we
gonna
used
be
to
the
watch.
cartoony stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more. Yeah, no, his head got blown off. No, he ripped his arm off and then beat him to death with it. Like,
I don't know about that one. I didn't see any of that in the trailer, but we could be wrong. Oh, this is the actual, like, when they fucking combine to make shit, too. Okay.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's like contractually obligated that
That's cool.
Optimus has to rip something off of one robot and beat him to death with it per movie.
I think that would be
It's usually what
Megatron, but
happens.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is also back when Megatron was the tank.
Hey, Megatron used to be a gun
Yeah.
that somehow transformed small enough for fucking Starscream to hold on to. His bitch ass.
That's right. He went so fucking small that he was actually a usable gun by the other ones. But then you'd see him as fucking massive and just shoot himself.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Transformer.
Why?
Continuity.
No, you know why? Because Megatron is the ultimate little dick syndrome. He literally has to be able to use himself, or he's like no. He loses, changes his name, comes back, is literally the same thing, and then is like, oh, it's actually me. I'm actually Megatron again. Bitches to his best friend Starscream, who just kisses ass.
Yep.
Gets his ass beat by a fucking Volkswagen Beetle.
Machinima. What did Machinima become? It became
dead.
Rooster Teeth, right? Or
They're dead. Yeah.
They're dead.
well, wasn't a bulk of it Rooster Teeth, anyways?
No.
No, they were too.
You're
separate?
thinking of Inside Gaming.
Oh, okay,
Inside
thank you.
Gaming, a massive amount of them moved over to make Funhouse, which is partnered with Rooster Teeth. And then a lot of them left Funhouse and are now doing their own thing.
So
No, what the fuck?
so much stuff
No.
going.
That happened a while ago, too.
Bullied by a red bar ogre.
Okay,
Like my life
on-
right now.
on
Fuck
to
you,
something
Bungie.
that
I just
shouldn't
gotta
take
throw
a
that in real
lot.
quick.
That shouldn't. Goddamn it, Tom. That shouldn't take a
Hey,
lot.
I had to throw it in there.
Shut the fuck up!
No,
Stop it! Fucking
that's what I'm telling this fucking Centurion right now. Is beating my ass.
listen here, you. We'll have the
Keep talking to
Destiny.
him. It's distracting him.
Hey!
Just keep doing it.
We'll have the Destiny shit talk fucking later. That can be a different podcast. Stop
It
it.
should be its own podcast. It's
And
like,
just remember for all of our viewers out there to remember to bring their own container of KY when we have that talk.
yeah.
So that
Because
they're
if you're
all
gonna get
well.
butthurt, like we're not gonna apply the lotion. You're gonna have to figure that out yourself.
Anyways, moving on.
Apple and Google banned Fortnite from app stores.
Why are they
And a
dumb?
number one.
Because Fortnite was like, hey, we
This
don't want to
Trump
pay you
banned
guys
a
30%.
subsidiary company.
So
Oh,
Apple and
Fortnite was
Google
like, we don't
both
wanna pay
removed the hit
30%,
games
so-
from their app stores after Epic Games bypassed their payment systems to avoid it giving them a cut of the sales. Both platforms take a standard 30% of the purchases from their app stores. Google said it runs an open system and would work to bring Fortnite back to its official app store. On Android phones, app stores other than Google Play are available, so it is still possible to install Fortnite from Epic Games' own launcher app in the Samsung Galaxy App Store, making it less restrictive than the Apple system. What happened? The Fortnite's latest update offered all players 20% discount on its in-game currency V-Bucks, but only if they paid Epic Games directly rather than using Apple or Google's payment systems. This broke the rules applied by both stores. On Thursday, Apple removed the app from its store, so Fortnite got removed, leaving new players with no way to install a game. So if you had the game, it still worked,
we're good. Yeah.
but you couldn't install it new. Epic Games
Well-
had clearly expected that to happen, quickly publishing a video mocking Apple's famous 1984 themed television advert about fighting a police state. It published court documents almost immediately.
Good.
Well, and right before this happened, it was announced that they were pulling the Project X Cloud out of
Oh, yeah.
the
App Store too.
Apple Store. A lot of
What is
people
Project
were
X
bu-
Cloud?
That's the cloud gaming.
That's
Oh, that's the
Xbox's
cloud
cloud
gaming
gaming.
thing.
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Really?
That's
Apple's gonna
Microsoft.
get that salty?
Yeah.
They're gonna get that salty,
Yeah.
man. Wow. Apple,
Well,
you guys have never been in the gaming world because nobody made like people are just now making that shit for Apple.
I mean,
because
they were
for
in the
whatever
gaming
reason,
world.
people still don't
Halo was designed on a fucking
like
Mac
Yeah.
people don't understand though that
before it was Halo.
you buy a Mac if you're gonna do like audio or video or photo editing because that's what they excel at.
Yeah, they're good
and
at editing
you-
shit. Very
You
good.
feel like paying an extra $3,000 for whatever you're buying. And then
But you don't have
everybody
to pay
else
for the
goes to
software
Windows.
then.
Correct. Everyone else goes to Microsoft because they either play video games or they like the every so often. Why the fuck is this thing not turning on? Like, boot.
I didn't know if
oh,
you were
look, it's
talking about
fine, like-
Destiny or you were being
No, it's
serious
it's
here.
it's just like my you never like load up Windows 10 and it just like the logo comes up and then it shits the bed and it just sits there.
No.
Oh, I've had that happen like 4 times this week on my computer, and it's I'll do a reset, it loads up fine, no like oh recovery weird anything like that, and it'll be fine, and then it'll do it again one day, and it's just like I know it's not the hardware.
I mean,
Like Microsoft, what's going on? You guys mad because I turned off all of your fucking data stealing shit? I already don't like the fact that I can say something in front of my phone and then Google will start pushing adverts for it to me. Like I will vocally say something on near my phone, and I will get YouTube ads that are like YouTube ads, Amazon ads,
Holy
all that
shit.
shit is like targeted towards me.
okay.
Fun.
What's in the court case? And then this is another bulletin point. What does Epic want? Epic Games says it wants to change the mobile app stores to be fairer for all developers. In both the Apple and Google court documents, it says it's not seeking compensation payout for or more favorable deal for itself. It has launched a consumer rights focused campaign using the social media tag #FreeFortnite. However, any reduction of a 30% cut taken by Apple and Google would benefit Epic Games enormously.
correct.
So yes, they're going
But-
to win in the outright, but they're also helping every other fucking app there.
Epic,
Okay.
Epic's already gonna win because of what they're doing. If these stores want to charge that percentage, for example, like I was we're talking about it earlier, Steam charges 40%. But look at what Steam does. If you want to charge a percentage for something, you can't just be like, oh well, we host it, so cool. You're standing there with a piece of fucking paper in your hand.
Yeah,
That's great.
well,
Like
and Steam also provides anti-cheat.
Steam
as far-
provides anti-cheat. They provide like they host the data, they transfer the data to you. They have they're the ones uploading files. You have it on your system forever unless for some reason, they pulled an Assassin's Creed Unity and Steam was just like, yeah, this is not going on there. Everybody gets a refund. Get it out of here.
Yep.
It's very secure. I mean, Gabe Newell, the fucking creator, Valve owner of all this shit, put his username and password out there, and people still have not cracked his Steam Guard. So,
If you got Steam Guard active, it is.
if you have
It's
Steam
secure.
Guard, your shit is locked. Better than Discord's, which I learned. You lose your Steam Authenticator, and they're just like, "Well, we can't help you."
Shit.
Yeah, that's why I need to get that phone fucking turned on.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
What does Google say?
Don't buy the Moto X.
Yeah, no, that fucking thing's power button breaks. I fucking learned that today too. In a statement, Google pointed to the fact that the users can technically install apps from other locations and said using the Google Play Store was a choice. It added the open Android ecosystem lets developers distribute apps through multiple app stores, it said.
Yeah,
For game
but
developers,
you also have to tell your phone to allow third-party apps because anything not from the Google Store is considered third-party.
except for if you have a Samsung phone, you have the Samsung
Yeah,
Galaxy
then you
Store,
get the Samsung whatever, fucking yeah.
or you have the actual app for a lot of games like Fortnite.
I mean, if they're gonna try to say that it's like having you download Amazon on there so that you can shop on Amazon through the phone. Like I was saying earlier, like they host free games that don't have ads. They don't make anything off of them. Is it just like somebody's making money in your market and you want to collect your take?
That's probably what it is.
Like,
Let me continue this though. For game developers who choose to use the Play Store, we have consistent policies that are fair to developers and keep the store safe for users. While Fortnite remains available on Android, we can no longer make it available on Play because it violates our policies. This is what Apple said. In a statement, Apple said Epic has had apps on the App Store for a decade and have benefited from the App Store ecosystem, including its tools, testing, and distribution that Apple provides to all developers. Epic agreed to the App Store terms and guidelines freely, and we're glad they've built such a successful business on the App Store. The fact that their business interests now lead them to push for a special arrangement does not change the fact that these guidelines create a level playing field for all developers and make the store safe for all users. We will make every effort to work with Epic to resolve these violations so they can return Fortnite to the App Store.
see, the only thing I'm going to bring up there is it's not necessarily fair for all developers. It is a socialist look of they're all equal, whereas Epic, made $4 billion off of Fortnite in the first year?
Yeah, they made a lot.
And indie developers probably, if he's lucky, is going to make 20 grand off of the 100 grand he's in the hole already for his game or whatnot.
Who?
That's like not really. That doesn't seem fair. That like he's gonna get the same there. That Epic would get the same treatment that he does being in his bracket and like his what he makes. It's like taxing higher up less while taxing lower more. Oh, you don't have anything? Let me take more of that. It's fair.
Hmm.
Like exclusives exclude people. Cross-platform is better because it includes all communities. And yeah, Sony might have great single-player games, but they're still suck with their community.
Yeah, I mean, look at the console war happening right now. Sony's the
That's why I
only
have a
one
PC.
fighting.
Yeah, Sony's swinging at nothing because there's nobody there. Like they're hold on to your
No,
games.
I'm talking
cool.
about the fans.
Oh.
They're the only ones bitching. They're the only ones throwing shit.
Well, and see, that's the thing is like, is it needs to be the community that says like, hey, Sony, we're not gonna buy your shit because you exclude people. Like you exclude everyone else and force us to buy your stuff. Like that's stupid.
generation for console wars died.
Yeah, I thought console wars were dead after what, the PS3?
No, they were still kind of there doing the Xbox One, but it
Oh.
kind of got to the point of, what's the point? The generation of that we were a part of, that was the main fucking driving force of the console wars, learned like,
You know what would have
just
also
play
been
the
really
goddamn
smart?
game. I don't
If
care.
Xbox wasn't trying to, like, Microsoft wasn't trying to compete with Sony. They were literally just like, okay, what games do we make? Okay, we make Halo and stuff, so let's make a fucking system that can play these games. Like, that's what we're doing.
What was your point?
I think that would have been a more productive approach. Like an actual console war, okay, we're just gonna try to create the all around shiniest, and outdo our competitor.
Mhm.
Like Halo 1's graphics were really bad. Okay, they were really bad. Like if you didn't play that game when it originally came out, good luck figuring out where the fuck to go because everything is a shade of gray, really.
That's 2001 for you.
And it's like
Except certain games. Certain games were fucking way ahead
your
of the
bullets were
goddamn
actually
time.
paper clips, I think.
They weren't great.
And I still don't understand how to use the auto rifles. You just like spray and pray, or is it like a garden hose and you kind of like gotta like
Oh no.
fan it back and forth to
If
get them?
when how that game worked, if your cursor was like, if your the
It
circle
had to be like
was on
over or in
them,
the center. Yeah.
if it was on them, you hit every bullet.
The fuck I did? Fucking every bullet went around that stupid grunt as it ran my ass down with a grenade on it. Like,
That's
On
also a
its
grunt.
head.
yeah, didn't I say grunt?
Yeah, that's also
Yeah.
a grunt.
Yeah.
Grunts back then did not have a good hitbox.
No,
No.
but you got the Magnum out, you could pop their head off and hear happy birthday all
Exactly.
fucking day.
Exactly.
I was
That
so
was the best
excited.
part of ODST.
I was so excited the first time I saw something at a high enough graphic resolution that I got to see that the grunt actually took out the sticker grenades, turned them on, and then stuck them to his head as it came running at you. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, some do that. It's fucking great.
That's actually something that's really cool is that there's uniqueness to what they're gonna do. They're not all just gonna charge you. Some of them are gonna do something dumb. Like some grunts will freak out real quick and like run around in circles, and others are just like throwing shit at you.
Some will just
Dude.
shoot you. Some will throw shit at you. Some will
Some
pull
will
out
suicide
both fucking
grenade ya.
grenades, stick them
Okay.
themselves, or just run at you.
What happened
Some
to
fall through the map.
Exactly.
what happened to the Bungie that hid things, little Easter eggs and these skulls that made confetti pop and a birthday cheer when you hit a grunt in their head?
They all went to 343.
I was about to say, I think they're still at Microsoft.
Like they all went to 343. The story writer, everything that was good about Bungie didn't go with Bungie. Otherwise, you would see it in their work. Like-
Remember in the Halo games where they would reward you for exploring places you weren't supposed to explore? And where did all that go?
Oh, I'm gonna die. I got bullied.
Yeah,
It really seems like that era of so are you like just like slaving away to create this game because like that's it, or do you have a story to tell? Are you trying to tell something other than like we spent millions of dollars on this thing? Oops.
Yeah.
It's also
Like-
nothing's like a linear style game anymore. Everything's
mean,
open world.
Yeah, but I mean, look at Skyrim for example. There's fucking 300 hours of side quests. Shit
Huh?
you have to go look for. There's references to a number of pop culture things, including
Oh yeah, you can find that shit in Destiny, but it's nothing like what we're talking about with Halo.
no, like Halo, you found like real Easter eggs and stuff. Like
Yeah. But
Easter eggs could be something like something funny or dumb. It could be a reference. It can also be hidden story, things like that. Like, wow, that goes through my fucking shield. Why not? Of course it does. Yeah, he's just gonna.
like
alright.
that fucking random floating guy that's 2D in his underwear
It can also
at
be
the
funny.
end of the
like,
game.
literally, your devs were like just having a day where they were like, you know what, I'm gonna put just like this thing over here.
Or
It's
those
gonna have
fucking
no point
monkeys.
being there whatsoever, and it's just gonna be hilarious.
Those fucking
Or I'm gonna
monkeys at the
leave
beginning of the game.
like a Monopoly game out or a soda can or something. Just something little.
Yeah.
That people that explore every nook and cranny actually are gonna notice. Played Fallout like that. Especially New Vegas with Obsidian.
Yeah, I did that too.
It's like, hold on, wait, I have to check this last corner. Why? Because this could be the one that has the legendary gun behind it, you know? Like,
And that's the kind of stuff
I got
was.
tired of doing that.
yeah, and it's like games stopped doing that, so people stopped looking for it. Like, if I see some weird space off in the distance, I'm probably gonna go run and check out what it is.
I know. Or
Like, why not?
die trying to get there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And even if even if it was a complete waste, like there's nothing in there, like I still explored it.
How did we get to where
You
we're at
made
right
said
now?
map, dude. Tangents.
We were
Yeah,
talking
that's-
about fucking Google and Apple banning Fortnite. How?
Dude, I don't. If you want to try to get a map to figure this out, you can. No, I'm getting bullied. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have my GPS hooked up, so
God damn it.
fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
Okay. Everything
No, that's-
else on hand? Because I don't think we should get into the Giga League just yet.
No,
No, is
not yet.
this the talking shit on Bungie hour now?
No, because we're at 2 hours, right? Is that what I
Nope.
heard?
We're almost at an hour and a half.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Well,
we need
rip.
to save some stuff. Maybe we need
I mean, there's nothing
think-
else I have as a topic besides the Giga League.
yeah, I think we should hold that, and I think we
Yeah.
should hold Destiny for a standalone episode because
Yeah.
I just don't want to rant. I
No.
want to like rant and cite and
Yep.
cite and be very specific
Mhm.
and just because anybody can sit and just trash and pull
There's
something apart.
Vex taken in fucking Cabal there, and they're all just like, hey, you know what? Fuck that Guardian over there, even though we're all just bitch slapping the shit out of each other.
Okay,
That's-
it's exactly my
oh
point.
my god, like
With the game, it's
Uh,
like
bullied.
weird game mechanics. Like, how is it they suddenly just forget about? Why is it you're a bigger threat than the
Squirrel.
people they've been fighting? Right?
Squirrel.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
the
stop.
AI. Squirrel. Where?
Stop it.
Okay. Anyways,
I think
anyways,
next week we do the Giga League because I think that might be the entire episode, depending on how far we go into it, how much we actually care about it.
yeah. Well, you
I'm
guys
st-
are all
I'm still-
Nintendo fans.
I'm
so-
still gonna look for other topics that we can get into, and we'll probably just fucking ramble on past it and shit. But hey,
Goes invisible and has.
But-
what the fuck?
Tom,
All right.
doing the outro. Stop it.
I'm getting shot.
Stop it.
By everybody.
Top. Let me do this.
Hold on, I'm good. I found some cover. This rock is getting bombarded to shit, but I'm fine.
What did I just say? Doing the outro.
Do it.
Why can't you let me do this?
Get it. Oh, I'm not stopping you.
I hate you. Thank you for dining with us tonight as we discuss what's on our minds. I was your host, Mac. There were your co-hosts, Jared, Sean,
Bye, everyone.
and Tom.
I didn't
It's
know we were supposed to
delicious.
say something.
Have a nice night.
Toodles.